morning and welcome. This is the newspaper review coming to you from Carnival Radio. My name is Joseph Oyikola. To begin the newspaper review this morning, protests here are the headlines. End bad governance protest. Hunger protesters converge on Abuja Stadium. Human Rights Commission issues advisory to Nigerian government, security agencies, organizers. "19 residents fired dead as bomb explodes in Borno ahead of nationwide protests. Afenifere hails federal government for crashing rice price. Students may pay 80,000 electricity fee in facilities, says Vice Chancellor's panel. Now the news and details. Hunger protesters on Thursday converged on the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja. This is in compliance with a court order restricting them to the facility. Protesters gathered as early as 6 a.m. singing solidarity songs. Present at the stadium are heavily armed security operatives. Activists and groups had declared the protest in response to the economic hardship. The protests are expected to last for 10 days. In the meantime, the Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian University has said university students may likely be charged 80,000 or more to cover the high electricity tariffs. Secretary General CVCNU Professor Jakub Ochefu, in an interview with newsmen, said universities could not afford the over 200 million they were being charged monthly for electricity. They were charged 61 million monthly before the introduction of the Band A system following the hike in electricity tariff. In April 2024, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission announced an increase in electricity tariff paid by Band A customers from 68 naira per kilowatt to 225 naira per kilowatt, which was a 300% increment. Band A customers are those who enjoy electricity supply for at least 20 hours per day. Many universities have cried out over soaring electricity bill following the new policy. For instance, Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, Kaduna State, and the University of Benin lamented receiving 3.6 billion electricity bills, averaging 300 million monthly under the Band A tariff. Also, Vice Chancellor Uniben Professor Lilian Salami said the university had been disconnected from the national grid because it could not afford to pay about 300 million monthly for electricity. Last Saturday, Babcock University, Ogun, said it paid 300 million in May for electricity. He said Vice Chancellors had written to the federal government and were waiting for the Pro-Chancellors to follow up with the request. For more details, please visit Punch newspaper. Students may pay 80,000 electricity fee in facilities, says Vice Chancellor's panel. In another news, prices of foodstuff have again gone up in major markets across the country as Nigerians engaged in panic buying in a bid to stock their homes before the planned nationwide End Bad Governance protests begin today. This comes as last-ditch moves by the federal government to stop the protests failed to arrest the momentum generated by the organizers who insisted the protests would go on as planned. The protest organizers want an improvement in the soaring cost of living and the reversal of some harsh government policies, particularly the removal of petrol subsidy. The subsidy removal, along with ongoing security issues in farming regions, had led to increased transportation costs and subsequent food inflation. In a late rally to stop the demonstration, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, Wednesday addressed an emergency press conference where he again admonished Nigerians to shun the proposed protest. Other top officials also pleaded with the suspension of the protest, including the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, Atiku Bagudu, Budget and Planning, Wale Edun Economy, and Presidential Media Head Bayo Onanuga, among others. They related out all the people-oriented policies and programs implemented by the Tinubu government and sought the understanding of Nigerians. Earlier on Wednesday, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, also invited journalists for an urgent press conference at the force headquarters. Also, the National Assembly held a plenary on Wednesday after cutting its recess short. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, addressed youths at a hastily convened town hall meeting at the National Assembly complex, where he reiterated his appeal to the protest organizers to embrace dialogue with the federal government to find solutions to the hardship in the country. The SGF, in his remarks, said the government recognized the right to protest but was wary of the planned protests being hijacked by bandits, insurgents, and other criminals. For more details, please visit Punch newspaper. Tension, food prices rise as hunger protest begins today. Meanwhile, no fewer than 19 persons have been reportedly killed after an improvised explosive device, IED, exploded at a local joint in the Kawuri community, Kanduga local government area of Oyo State. Newsmen learned that the incident, which occurred on Wednesday, also injured an unspecified number of residents. The explosive device was suspected to have been planted by Boko Haram insurgents, causing chaos in the northeast. It can be recalled that similar incidents have been happening in the last few days, with several persons, including 7 Nigerian soldiers, killed. A government official who confirmed the latest incident to newsmen said bomb went off around 8:05 p.m. at a local tea joint where the villagers gathered for a night chat, adding that dozens of people also got injured. Newsmen report that the development came hours before the scheduled nationwide protest over hunger in Nigeria. Nigerian youth have concluded plans to stage mass protests across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory FCT beginning today, Thursday. For more details, please visit Daily Post newspaper. 19 residents fired dead as bomb explodes in Borno ahead of nationwide protests. In a similar news, as the End Bad Governance protest kicks off nationwide today, Thursday, 4th of August 2024, the National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, has issued an advisory to the major stakeholders involved in the exercise: the Nigerian government, the security agencies, and the organizers. The Executive Secretary of the NHRC, Tony Ojukwu-san, who issued the advisory late Wednesday evening in Abuja, said the move was in line with the Commission's mandate as spelled out in Section 5, paragraphs 1, M and O of its enabling act. The hunger's protest, billed to run for 10 days from August 1 to 10th of August, is going ahead despite spirited efforts made by President Bola Tinubu, governors, and leadership of the National Assembly, heads of security agencies, and influential Nigerians to stop it. One of the organizers, Omoyele Sore, an activist, on Wednesday debunked report that the protests had been cut off. Nigerians are apprehensive over fears that the protests could be hijacked by hoodlums and as a result turn violent and bloody. There are also fears that the protesters may clash with security agents and pro-government elements who have already started holding rallies against the protests. However, in an advisory, the NHRC recommended steps that should be taken by the government, security agencies, and organizers to ensure that the protest is peaceful. Part of the advisory read the NHRC, the federal government, obligation of the Nigerian police and other law enforcement, security, and armed forces. For more details, please visit Daily Post newspaper. Human Rights Commission issues advisory to Nigerian government, security agencies, and organizers of the protest. To bring the newspaper review this morning to a close, here is a recap of headlines. Protest. Human Rights Commission issues advisory to Nigeria government, security agencies, organizers. 19 residents fired dead as bomb explodes in Borno ahead of nationwide protest. Students may pay 80,000 electricity fee in facilities, says Vice Chancellor's panel. End bad governance protest. Hunger protesters converge on Abuja Stadium. And with that, we've come to the end of newspaper review this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. And me, my home safe, Oyo State. Good morning.